How is everyone doing today? This is Lisa spreading love and light. For a minute, it looked like when I tried to go live that the camera was just spinning for a minute, but it stopped. So I hope everyone is having a great day today. I know the weather here is not so great. Hopefully, things are going well for you. I'm here with love and light and with a new message today in reference to grief and healing. So I wanted to briefly discuss vulnerability because that's important to the process of going through grief. You have to allow yourself to feel vulnerable. Some people feel uncomfortable with that, but the vulnerability, such as crying and just letting yourself feel the pain. It is an outlet to the pain when you have lost a loved one. That's not a small loss, that's huge. And when people sometimes don't let people sway you because sometimes they say we all are going to die, etc. But what they are not understanding is that when death comes in packs, and when I mean a pack, like 10, 15 at one time, no, that's overwhelming. It is truly overwhelming. And especially if it's a loved one, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a family member, it could be a close friend, a spouse, etc. God forbid, a child. That is awesome. I mean, that is overwhelming and it's hurtful. It is painful, is what I wanted to say. And you have to allow yourself to feel the pain because the pain is an outlet to the healing process. And it may feel like forever to get through the grief because grief doesn't have a time limit on it. Like, I'll give you an example. Just this morning, on my way to work, I just had this overwhelming feeling of grief for the moment. And it sneaks up on you when you least expect it because there's something that's going on a good on a positive. And I wanted to share this with my mother so bad. I wanted to tell her about it, and she's not here to talk to. And for a minute, just for a minute, I almost forgot that. And then the grief started. And I had to, now I'm on my way to work. I can't afford to have a moment of grief. So I had to go into prayer, asking God to help me because that's what I do a lot now. And I'm sharing this story because it's been since 2020 and I still have those moments. Last week I had another moment as well. They don't happen as often as it did in the beginning, but I have those moments. I'm human, people. Even though I'm going through the healing and I've done a lot of the work, I'm human. And I have moments where I have the grief, and it's not fun. And you don't expect it because you can be in this really good mood and then something you see or hear on the radio or etc. It puts you in that moment of grief. But I allow myself to feel it, because there was times in the beginning where I couldn't control it, no matter where I was. There was one time in the beginning I was in a store when we first opened up the economy, and I saw a picture in a store of a plant, and it looked similar to the plant that I had paid for to have at my mom's gravesite. And I had to leave the store. I forgot what I was there to buy. I just pushed the cart away and busted out in tears and had to leave the store. And I thank God it's not to that point anymore because, like I said, the therapy helps. I didn't want to do it in the beginning, but it's necessary. And I don't allow people to tell me that therapy is for crazy people, etc. That's not true. Anything that is going to help you with your physical and mental health, you must do it. What's crazy is not taking care of your physical and mental health because we all go through something, even the strongest of us, because we are all human. And that's what I want you to tell yourself, that you're human, and allow yourself to feel the emotions, even if you're a guy. Don't let society or anyone else tell you, man up, or whatever, because if you lost someone who is significant to your life, and they're no longer here, you're going to feel that pain and it's going to hurt like hell. And I'm telling you, there's going to be times where it just sneaks up on you. And you have to allow yourself to feel that so that there's an outlet for that pain. And then it starts the healing process. Now, I can't tell you that the healing is going to be, wave a magic wand and everything is going to be better. That's not the case. Everything takes time, but you have to allow yourself to go through it. And vulnerability, some people are not used to being vulnerable, but it makes you vulnerable. That person isn't there anymore, whether it's parents or whomever. If that person was a significant part of your life, the pain is going to be there. So allow yourself to go through that pain, and I still have my moments. And I want to share with others. As I say in my prior videos, I'm going to say it again. I am not a therapist, but I know the healing process that I'm sharing with others and that I'm going to be doing at an upcoming seminar works. And it's not easy. If I said it's easy, it's not true, but because it's not. It's a lot of work, and it takes time, one day at a step, one day at a time, and baby steps is what I meant to say. And allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. There's something else I want to say about this as well. For those who are in a depression and they try to get up and they try to, you know, get through this grief, one of the other things that help is having a pet. When my mom first passed away, I still had my dog, Rocky. He was a pug. And, the first, when the doctor said that she was gone, and the realizations sunk in, as I said, I was in a hospital overnight. But my dog helped me a lot through it because we were in a shutdown. I spent a lot of time with him, and until he passed away the next year, 2021. And which was overwhelming. But having a pet and registering that pet as a ESA dog, emotional support animal, can help you as well. I see people all the time with their pets. Their pets are so important to them because it helps you. A pet can help you and help you to heal, and do the work. So it's important to have an outlet for that pain. And if that pet is one of the outlets to help you, do it. Don't let people tell you how you should, heal. Healing is a process. And as I always say, you can get through it, you never get over it. It's always going to be a missing piece there, like to a puzzle, but you can get through it if you do the work. And it's important for those who are listening who are not in a Massachusetts area. It's important for whatever area you are is to do a Google search and find the nearest therapist that are near you, and go and speak to some and see who fits what your needs are and start the process. I still do it once a week, therapy. And it helps because my therapist gives me homework. At first, I didn't want to do the homework. I didn't want to do anything. We just stared at each other for the first, I don't know, month or so because I was just out of it. But I started to do the work. And slowly but surely, I started to feel better. And now I'm turning that pain into purpose. And once you learn how to do that, you're going to be a blessing to somebody else because everything that you're going through, and you healed it, and you healed it. You never get over it, but you get through it. You can help somebody else to get through it. And it's important to do so because there are a lot of people who are going into deep depression because of the loss of a loved one. Some people are even suicidal, and we don't want that to happen. And this is why I'm sharing the information and I'm sharing my experiences with it, because the depression was so deep with the loss that I was on my knees asking God to help me. And I stayed in prayer a lot. In the beginning, my prayers with God was not anything good. I was very angry, especially after I lost my pet. But little by little, I started to apply the work that the therapist gave me, and I started to feel better little by little. And it's important, as I said before in other videos, to set boundaries with other people because they may not know how to talk to you during that time, because people can say some really, really dumb things. I had lost a friend also during the shutdown, and someone said to me something dumb because she had a heart attack, and she just they found her in her apartment. Well, she died happy, and it took everything within me to exercise self-control. If you can't say anything positive or good or something productive, then it's best to just listen, because during a time when people are grieving, sometimes they just need people to listen and not make comments, especially comments like that. That's nothing that someone wants to hear while they're grieving a lost one. So think about what you say before you say it to someone who's grieving. And, sometimes people just need others to be there. And for those um, who are going through this grief, it's important to set boundaries with other people. That's what I had to do. Because at first I was going through this cloud, but it was important that I set boundaries. And my therapist kept telling me to set these boundaries. And then one day I decided to do it. Of course, people don't like it when you do that, but it's necessary because my physical and mental health was being affected by a lot of things that other people were doing. And I would mention certain things to them, but they kept doing it. So I started to set boundaries. Now, if somebody crossed those boundaries for the first time, I'll have a second conversation. But after that, I'm done. Even the pastor at my church gave a sermon about a month ago about boundaries, and I wanted to just clap and say yes, because we all need to set boundaries. And if people decide that they're going to cross those boundaries, especially when you're trying to heal from a grief situation, then um, I would just, in my case, I just, decide not to deal with them until they are going to respect the boundaries. I had also had a conversation with a family member who I hadn't spoken to in years. And, it wasn't, the call wasn't to say, hey, Lisa, I'm sorry you lost your mom, and to give their condolences, but some other stuff. And they were not being honest about something that I already knew, that we both knew what was going on. So what I did is said, you need to be honest about A, B, C, and D. If you can't, then we don't need to talk anymore, because you're crossing boundaries that I'm not going to allow. And when that person did not want to discuss what that situation was so that we can resolve it right then and there, because it had been going on for years, let's discuss it. Speak your truth so that we can get past it and we can be family again. And they didn't want to do that. So, okay, now I'm cutting you off, blocking, and deleting. And it wasn't easy when I first started doing that. But as I started to realize that it was affecting my mental and physical health, then it became easier because my therapist helped me to see anything that's going to affect my mental health, my growth, for me, my healing, then I have to do what's necessary. And, that's one of the things that I've learned for myself that has helped me tremendously. So we're going to have a seminar, which is coming up on Friday, May 19th, where we're going to discuss all of these things. And I hope a lot of you can attend. If you are interested, I know a few people contacted me by email asking for the details. Please feel free to contact me and I will give you the details of where the event is going to be, the time, etc. And please, if you know of anyone who's in this area as well who would like to attend, please send me an email and I will send them the information. And, because it's in 2 weeks from now. And we're going to continue this discussion in person. And I hope to see you all there. Please continue to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anything else. Your mental and physical health is a priority. Thank you for listening to this message today. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share all of this information with others. And if you know others, as I said, who are interested in attending, please send them to my email address. It's Lisa Vaughn, Vaughn, 410 at gmail.com. Once again, Lisa Vaughn, 410 at gmail.com. Please send me some information letting me know that you're interested in attending this event, and I will send you the details. Thanks again for listening. Everyone, have a great day. I will see you in a few days. Bye for now.